I'm going into my own presentation. So we're going into the collaboration boost retention. So first, just to raise your hand, who use Photon here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's cool. All right, lovely. Welcome, Photonians. I love you guys. All right, cool. So let's start. Cool. So a little bit about Photon. So we're actually having 4,000 live games today. So it's a bit more than was written. Again, we're at 1.2 billion monthly active users, which is very good. So obviously there's more and more games launching with multiplayer elements into it. And for those that doesn't know Photon at all, we're super cross-platform. It's mainly on Unity. It's very easy to use, and there's nothing better out there. So you're welcome to try it out. It's free, and then you guys can also have fun and actually bring people together. And that's the subject of today. It's multiplayer. So I want to talk to you about collaboration. So first, why collaboration is important in your game design and why you should look at it. And then we're going to go about the collaboration in games. I have a few examples for you, also with our own game, which I'm going to show you in a bit, and also where you should start regarding how to implement it. So let's start. So to talk about collaboration, I had to dig very far away in time. So collaboration started in humans about 100,000 years ago. So before that, the humans, we were really small groups of individuals of about 10 to 12 people together, and the population on Earth was about 1 million. So we were not seeing a lot of humans, right? And also our old friends, the Neanderthals, had a totally different brain than us, and that is very important to understand regarding collaboration is the evolution of the brain, because then you understand more about how to use it in gaming. So we're going to dive a little bit more into this. And let's not forget that the Neanderthals were cannibals, and they were dying at around 20 years of age. And mainly it was about eating and making babies, and that was it. But 100,000 years ago, 150,000 years ago, it's not clear exactly, something happened in the brain. So we started to have something that we call the Prefrontal Cortex, which is the front of the brain. And it is meant, essentially, to mirror others. Is that when you are a kid, and the kids today, they learn just by watching each other. That is coming from the Prefrontal Cortex. And also, we started to not be afraid of changes, and that's important to keep in mind. So from there, our brain started to evolve, and because we were able to mirror each other, but also take more risk, then our abilities to do things together as a group started to evolve. And slowly in Africa came the Homo sapiens, and then really the hierarchy of families that work with another family started. So that's when the first glimpse of collaboration between groups really, really started. So I'm talking about going to get fruits together, having positions inside of the clan, and delegating and trusting each other, which was not existing prior to that, is all coming from this area of the brain, which obviously pushed collaboration forward. And so there's a game theory that we call the Stag Pump. So essentially what it is that to prove collaboration and why humans came together is that when you are more than one human, you can go and hunt a stag, and you will have more meat for you than instead if you go chase a rabbit on your own. So obviously, us, with our brain evolving, we understood, if we are together, we can do so much more. We can learn by each other, but also really get what we're looking for to survive. So in game theory, there's multiple examples about that, and it's a really good start regarding teaching your players that if you are together with others, you're going to be more successful than if you're alone. And then we go back to the or a little clan that started to talk with other clans to organize hunting mammoths and actually giving objectives such as you will be over there, I'm going to push the earth that way, and then after that, we're going to have all meat in the world, right? Because now we're 40 people working together and actually achieving a goal. And then with time, obviously, it evolved into having roles and having big trust in the people. So then agriculture started after that. And obviously, when you are a farmer, you're not necessarily making tools. You're not going at war, even if you can. And that evolved after that in big wartime that we know from, like 12,000 or 20,000 years ago. And if we look today, collaboration is everywhere. It's in the economy, it's in education, it's in healthcare. We take care of each other, right? This is all collaboration everywhere. So collaboration is mainly what makes us human today. So when we are trying to entertain each other, if the players have a feeling of collaboration with others, they're going to have an outburst of dopamine because they have successfully helped others, and they are actually part of a group that is having the same culture, and they can move forward. So, now it's everywhere, right? So, obviously, the world wouldn't be where it is today if it was not of collaboration. So, for those who saw my previous talk in Seattle, I was talking about competition, and I really talk about everything related to competition. Competition with collaboration together is the best marriage to improve your retention because as I said earlier, we have this dopamine effect that starts when we help each other, and when we compete and actually beat each other, it's also a moment of reward. So coordination, teaching, sharing are all big list of elements that you can look at that are important to keep in mind when you are bringing players together. But let's look about games, right? So obviously this is all nice, this is all great, this is all theoretical, but how do you implement that in a game? So I'm going to show you a game that we launched a year and a half ago. So that's our game. It's called Stumble Guy. Anyone here know Stumble Guys? All right, a few hands, cool. So we have sound. There you go, cool. All right, so Stumble Guys is a game that uses Photon Quantum. And it's 32 players, and the goal is to go from point A to B without getting eliminated. And once you reach the other end, there's another map, and in the end, there's only one winner. So very inspired by Fall Guys. And this game today has 22 million daily active users. It's huge, keeps growing, it's 100% organic. So why collaboration in this game when you're alone, right? Because you are that little character that moves. So if you remember what I was saying earlier, which is you want to be part of a group, you want to collaborate, you want to achieve it. So when you arrive at the finish line like this, and you are not part of the 16 qualified players, and you see the other players achieving, you have this sentiment in you, which is, oh, all of these people made it, but I did not. It means I can do it as well if they did it. Mirror effect. Remember that? So then it pushed the players to come back and play more and play more and play more. So there's all kinds of different maps in Stumble Guy. And for example, at this particular moment, it's a platform that moves, and depending on the weight, the platform moves. So now we have to collaborate together to make sure that we can have the right level to jump around and go from one platform to another and eventually go all the way to the end. So like here I am going first or I'm second, but if the other people did not went to the left side of this platform, I would not have been able to move to the other side. And here's another level where you sort of have to let the others go and let them fail, but there's this sentiment of collaboration again, where you see everyone's like trying, and I'm just the loser on the side waiting, and I sort of felt like, okay, I'm not participating, so me too, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm falling down, right? Because I wanted to be part of this group and move forward. So even in little games like this, you will find collaboration. So definitely it's something you have to look at. Sorry, I'm a bit falling my microphone here. It's coming back. There we go. It's falling down. All right. Cool. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So what we added as well is a tournament system. So the tournament system means that anyone can participate in a tournament if you have the art currency. You can gain those art currency by grinding. And then the streamers pick that up because they were like, wow, I want to be part of that tournament. And what we did is that we collaborated with those streamers. We give them the opportunity to create their own tournament. So it means at any time they can say, well, from this time, let's say on Friday at 6 p.m., all my viewers, we're going to play together, Stumble Guys, and actually compete. So then now we have tournaments of 30,000 people and what more. And now Stumble Guys is way more popular than Candy Crush Saga and multiple casual games. And then if you go on, that's a screenshot from yesterday on Twitch, all the people who are streaming Stumble Guys, right? So we're happy about that because we give the keys to the streamers to create those tournaments and create those views, and it's been great. So if you want to use this tournament service, it's part of the Photon offering. You have to be part of the gaming circle. Tournament-sdk.com, super easy to integrate, and you guys can make tournament as well. So you have a full dashboard to decide when those tournaments are going to be available for your players. You can give the keys. Obviously, those are all APIs. You can extend them, so that means they can give a user experience or a GUI or tournament management system for your players to play with. So there's a lot you can do with that, so be creative. So just to finish up with Stumble Guys, I'm going to show you other games after that. So 22 million daily active users. You see the pulse of the concurrent user. No advertising. So this is all organic. So you have to think about that, right? It's currently in the top 90 most grossing games. And we haven't done any UA. We haven't done anything special. It's an accident. It's a one of our sample. Anyone here can go today on the Photon website, download the sample that this game is based on, and do a Stumble Guy as well. Actually, make one, please. That'd be great. So a tournament, super good, gives you higher retention. We're going to see that. The blue line is players who participate in tournaments. Retention much higher than the players who don't do tournaments. So tournaments really is something you have to look at regarding putting people together, having fun, competing, collaborating. So collaboration is actually in many other games. So this is Art of Conquest, made by Lilith Games. And in this game, you have a full democratic system where you can elect the king, which is a player. And then that king will have all kind of, you can have like the priest, you can have like the magician, I believe, and everyone has roles, and everyone works together as part of some sort of a society, right? And then that society will try to attack others inside of that big map. So then collaboration is really embedded in the game, and then you have this feeling when you play this game that you have to participate every day to help your friends and colleagues. And they went all the way, so it's a MMORPG. So you can even vote if you want the server to be merged with another server. So they push this collaboration effect to a very high level. So that's very interesting. There's a bunch of other games that do something similar, but I think this is on mobile, so it's good to dissect and look at what made it good. There we go. So, but then if you look at all the kind of games, so for example, like Roblox. Roblox collaboration is absolutely everywhere, all the way down to creating the levels. So you have Roblox teamwork or team creators, something like this, where you can be with other developers and build those levels together, right? So you're not alone behind your screen, you're actually a bunch of others. And then on the bottom left, that's Warzone, I believe, where you can revive players, but you can also buy out your colleagues that just died. So then again, you have this, I call it the Farmville effect, which is I took my money to save you. I work hard in my 15 minutes of play to gather some credits, but I'm going to spend them to save you. And that gives me a good feeling. We're like, yay, I saved you. Yeah. And then we move forward. And then bottom right is Lost Ark. If you have done a raid, you cannot do that alone. So you have to be with others. You have to organize. And obviously, it's a super good meta game to bring the level much at a level where people will spend more time in the game. So have a look at those. It's super interesting. So that was it. It goes fast. So obviously, if you want to learn more about Photon, go on photonengine.com. Me, it's Marvel. You can find me on LinkedIn. Feel free to ask questions. Right now, it's up to you to ask anything you might want to learn, either about Photon, about multiplayer, or about collaboration. Thank you. Any question? Don't be afraid. Or be afraid. If you ask a question, everyone else here is going to benefit. Collaboration. Okay, I'm annoying. Cool, all right. So thank you so much.